Hello everyone. On this channel, I feel that information about what is happening in China is often not correctly conveyed to countries other than China, so I will be disseminating the information I have gathered in English. I'm getting information from multiple media, so I'd be happy if you could comment on the content of the video. Also, English is not my native language, so I use an AI speaker to create the voice to convey the information correctly. This time, I will talk about the default of a giant real estate company in China. Fuso China Holding Company, Limited is a real estate company that is said to be one of the top 5 companies in China. This company raised money by issuing bonds. It is said that the company announced that it could not repay the bond as promised, and that it is negotiating with the creditor by presenting a repayment plan. The plan is to repay the principal on a regular basis, but to wait for interest payments. And we are proposing that the CEO's grandson will take unlimited joint and several liability for the company's debts. I don't know what will happen, but it was noted that the company could file for bankruptcy if creditors did not accept this proposal. The CEO's grandson is a millionaire, but the company has already run out of working capital, so he has loaned 1.9 billion yuan of his own funds to the company without interest. There are differences in exchange rates, but when converted to Japanese yen, it is about 60 billion yen. It's amazing that he personally had that much assets, but it's also a problem that the company's management is getting worse. Since he has suggested joint and several liability, he probably no longer has personal property. Putting your own assets into the company indicates that you cannot raise capital. It can be considered that the situation is such that it is not possible to borrow from banks, it is not possible to raise funds by issuing corporate bonds, and even if it is issued new shares, it is not accepted. Banks may be reluctant to lend as the Xi Jinping administration is wary of a property bubble and has restricted the flow of money into the property sector. I don't know if money will be returned if you invest money in the real estate sector because the national policy is tightening real estate even other than banks. As a creditor, I think that if I do not collect it now, I will not be able to collect it anymore. Regarding the schedule proposed by this company, creditors will suffer a loss if they go bankrupt now because there are still debts that are due to be redeemed in the future. Therefore, it is important to pay attention to how creditors make decisions. For example, if the company does not just wait for a proposal from the company, such as making a payment in lieu of the assets it currently owns, the creditor may not accept the proposal to ensure the repayment to the creditor. This company is the 5th largest company in Japan, so there are many affiliates and business partners. Therefore, if the company goes bankrupt, the economic damage will be great. Many companies go bankrupt and create a lot of unemployed people. In addition, this company was collecting money by setting financial products at an annual interest rate of 7% to 8% for fundraising. This financial product is sold to employees of your company. This was also a problem for Evergrande Group. The story of Evergrande Group has become big because they didn't pay as promised for the financial products they forced their employees to buy. As a result, the inner workings of the Evergrande Group came to the fore. After all companies are the same. It's hard for employees to refuse when the company tells them. And since it was not possible to pay interest and principal on this financial product as promised, the company forced the employee to sign a contract to extend the repayment period. Since it is an employee who purchased it, it will be in a weak position if the company says it. If you try to say no because you might not get paid, the company will put pressure on you. Such practices are prevalent in China. For example, if you borrow money saying that you will pay it back in a year, you will be told that you will not be able to pay it back in a year, so you should extend the deadline. If you don't pay me back, I'll just be working, so I'll accept it repeatedly, and in the end I'll just be working. It would be fine if it was just an employee's problem, but it seems that the act of making the company buy the bond spread to the employee's friends and family. If it is not repaid, the employee who made this introduction will be responsible, so even the human relationship will collapse. The fact that 2 large Chinese companies are doing it means that other companies are also doing it. If you haven't done it before, now is the time to start. The Xi Jinping administration is supporting the trend of shrinking the scale of this real estate industry. This is the reality of China's real estate industry. That's all for now. See you next time.